Hey everybody, it's time for an update on gold. We're going to look at the GLD ETF, and one of the things that we continue to reiterate when it comes to gold, it correlates well when you have a real interest rates gold but lower. So over the past couple of days or so, we've seen gold perk up again, and really that's been a function of sort of nominal rates coming a little bit lower, inflation remaining somewhat sticky. And that, of course, gets real interest rates sort of towards lower levels or ultimately maybe even negative. When we look at the absolute chart here and we're just looking at gold itself, again, there's very little not to like here. The GLD ETF, you can see we had that breakout above 193 or so. That was a pretty big deal. Even if you look at this on a weekly chart, you can see this very clear. We've been consolidating for the past few weeks, which is healthy, and I think ultimately here we are still on our way to much higher levels over the course of probably this year. So again, whether it's 230, 240, I don't know, and it's not the point to be that exact, but typically speaking, when you have a base this long and you start to break out and it holds, and so far it's holding, we would be able to expect to have a move that equals roughly the distance of the depth of the recent consolidation. So all I have to do is kind of measure that depth, right, from that consolidation phase. And if I do that and I add it to the top of this here, you can see you roughly get to that 230, 240 area. Again, 230 would be the lower end of that range. 240, 250 might be sort of the upper end of that range, and we think we're still very much there. Now, one of the things that we've also noticed is that we continue to see algorithms coming to the market here and start actually picking up and buying gold, whether it's central bank driven and thus basically executed on the part of Wall Street algorithms for central banks. It doesn't really matter. The point is we're seeing more algos come in and start to buy. And that's something we're going to talk about this week is how we can detect when these algos come in. They clearly have been coming in and buying. And we do expect that to continue. So if that's an interesting topic to you in terms of how we can find when big Wall Street algos come into the market and when they're buying equities or ETFs, or in this case, even gold or a gold ETF, make sure you join us for that special chat this week. We'd love to have you there. Until then, see you soon.